And before that, we couldn't really levitate more than a little pebble or a little rock. So people were saying that, well, it looks like they might have used levitation to create these ancient structures, but we can't even mimic it now. So maybe it wasn't levitation. But lo and behold, we're now figuring out the way to do that. Even creating anti-gravity effects using sound, rather than canceling out gravity, having the frequency that can cancel out gravity and create levitation. So we're slowly but surely getting there. Plus, the arrogance of humanity now is that we know more than has ever been known in the past. If we can't do it now, therefore they could have never done it before, right? That's complete arrogance. Evidence is showing that the conventional timeline that we thought we knew is incorrect. 13,000 years ago, it seems that there was really a lot of advanced civilizations on the planet that could have been part of one worldwide pyramid culture. But 13,000 years ago in conventional history books, they say that we were primitive. Pre-dynastic Egypt has been dated back to around 3,000, 4,000 BC. But what we can tell now is that it looks like maybe it goes even further back to at least 13,000 years ago, around 9,600 BC. So we are jumping all over the place here, but I think we're having a good time. We're doing World Sound Healing Event Day. So welcome to everybody just joining us now on Facebook. But this event is just a full-on, respect and reverence and love to all things sound. And guess what? All things are sound. So we're literally giving love and respect to everything right now. We're not just talking about sound healing. We're talking about the fact that you're a sound. We're talking about the fact the universe is one verse. It is one sound. We're respecting and giving reverence to all things that vibrate and all things in creation, good, bad, and the ugly, and having gratitude for why we're here right now on this planet. So also another thing to do with sound healing is, singing and spoken word in general. So what I'm going to do now is we have two more things that we're going to go over here. Three more things. I'm going to show you a couple of ancient sound instruments and kind of give you the historical perspective on them, where they came from. I want to show you the planetary sounds of Jupiter and Saturn and the fact that these sounds have, these planets are making sounds, and all celestial bodies are emanating some sort of frequency, whether it's audible or inaudible. Plus, many of these frequencies that we have been able to capture, such as the dark side of the moon, Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto, the list goes on, have been used by Hollywood and filmmakers for a couple of decades, but have not been released until recently to the public. So the question is, how did Hollywood get their hands on these classified sound frequencies that have been around for over 20 years, but NASA has not told us about it until like 5 years ago? My conspiracy mind wants to tell you a lot right there, but I'm going to leave it at that. So what I'll do first is I'm going to share a couple of spoken word pieces with you, or one right now and then one a little later. And if you do not know, my MC name is MC Resonance, and with Chris, we're actually creating a record label where I'm going to be, rapping, doing conscious music, and he's going to be helping me create the beats. And here's one of my poems. This one's called The Fifth World. Meditate and levitate. Waves of frequencies resonate higher. I'm connected to the provider. Source of cosmic energy. Where you're going to be, one single entity. Expansion remedied. Oneness must breathe. Exhale and let free. Consciousness to be. Experiences of you and me. Souls of interdimensional beings to feel, hear, and see this third-dimensional planetary existence. All time can be found in one instance. In this realm of linearity, atoms in anarchy, quantum polarity, the epitome of creation. Facing our egos, acquiring patience. Waiting to let go of our nations and join the federation of souls that will take us to the fifth world. I'll do one more. This one's called Atlantis. So are we one yet? Going back to source. No remorse when reinforce the course that we all endorse. Unconditional love. The highest vibration, a gift from above. Desolation of separation. We must be the ones to say this is enough. The third dimension, man, it was meant to be tough. There is no captivity, so unlock the cusp. Move away from hate and begin to trust. No more anger or lust. Our thoughts shift the earth's crust into a straight axis. Just like in Atlantis, when we stop causing damage and learn to manage self-realization. When people start to vanish, when we change our intentions and join the like-minded souls in the fifth dimension. You see, this is the beginning of our oversoul mission. What is it that you envision for the future incarnations? The Christ consciousness has arisen, tear the perception of being in a prison, this industrial system, slumber of opposites. Duality. where we get lost and forget how to circumvent and achieve liberation. The curiosity won't last for long at all as you move to the aquatic age, break free from the third-dimensional cage of limitations, Freemasons being misplaced in this illusionary reality. Governing authorities, there will be no more war. Co-create a love ambassador, open the doors. Life isn't supposed to be a chore. No getting on your knees, worshiping entities from the floor. The message is simple, man. We don't need to know anymore. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. Thank you. All right. So we're going to get into some sound instruments now, and a little bit over schedule here. We got to get down to Anaheim and start getting ready for our sound experience at Bodhi Studios. But these are my weights. Here is the didgeridoo. If you come tonight, we're going to be playing this all over you and blasting your heart open, or let's just say unraveling your heart chakra with beautiful harmonic didgeridoo sounds. And the story with the didgeridoo is that it goes around, the ancient texts say that it can date back to around 40,000 years ago. So one of the oldest recorded instruments on Earth, created by the Aborigines of Australia. The original story is, firstly, it was only allowed to be used by men for many, many thousands of years. And not until modern time, a couple of tribes allowed females to use it, but not until modern times did females really start playing the didgeridoo. It was a masculine thing. And it is kind of a phallic symbol. Check it out, And the reason why is when a child would read the right, become a man, before he become a man, the whole purpose was that he would have to take some psychedelic plant in Australia. He would have to go into the wilderness, and he was not allowed to come back until he found his didgeridoo. And when he comes back and finds his didgeridoo on this plant medicine, he is now a man. But lucky for him, it wasn't hard to find the didgeridoos. They were plentiful everywhere. They were naturally carved out by termites. So this is obviously synthetic, but that carving and inside this whole thing was naturally done by termites for thousands of years on eucalyptus tubes in the outback of Australia. So all he would do is he would be on the psychedelic, he would find his didgeridoo, connect with it, make the mouthpiece, come back to the community. He was good to go. And the didgeridoo was actually, all the didgeridoos, the original didgeridoos, all happen to have the same frequency, which is C sharp. C sharp is also known as the Schumann resonance frequency, which is the natural frequency of the earth. So these didgeridoos for thousands of years, thousands of eucalyptus tubes, all carved out by termites, just happen to coincidentally come out with the same frequency, C sharp, that was used in order to heal. And now we're noticing that when you hook people up to C sharp frequency, it has an alkalizing effect on the body, and it helps oxygenate your blood cells and just overall well-being and health. So in essence, they were creating these epic bubbles of alkalinity and health and playing it every single evening while they were playing the didgeridoo. So that is one of our most favorite instruments, especially Soul's favorite instrument, and we'll be playing that tonight if you guys want to come out. We also do one-on-one sessions. We do private sessions. We do house sessions. We do bar mitzvahs. We do opening ceremonies at business events. Sound healing goes with everything. We've been called to do sound healings at business expos to open up the expo to set the energy for what's about to happen. And also we train. So if you're interested in one-on-one, like in-depth ancient civilizations, the science of sound, how to play each instrument, the history of each instrument, let me know. Get back at me at portalcenter.org, and we can set something up. You can either come to one of our live events here in Pomona, California, or you can we can have a Skype session. So then we have the tuning fork, and I'm going to go a little quick with this one. So the tuning fork, we can track it back to ancient Egypt. The Ankh seemed to be a type of tuning fork. The tuning fork awareness was lost as the devolution of Egypt occurred. Pythagoras rediscovered this awareness by going to Egypt and being allowed to enter the ancient mystery schools and started getting these awareness of mathematical intervals and musical intervals. Pythagoras' purpose on earth was not to find geometry, even though that was a symptom of what he created, but he wanted to find out what the frequency of God was. That's, not a literal quote, but that's a summarization of what he wanted. But a literal quote of him was, he wanted to know what frequencies cure the passions of the psyche, anger, aggression, lust, how he could create a frequency to do so. By doing that, he's created something called a lyre. And that led to the Pythagorean scale and the Pythagorean frequencies, such as the frequencies of these tuning forks that are also tuned to the chakras. And due to him, we have what we now know as chakra tuning fork sets. So if it wasn't for Pythagoras, really well-known person, known and accepted by the mainstream, we wouldn't have bridges and buildings like we do today. If it wasn't for him, we would not have the tuning forks. So I just wanted to, call out those two instruments there. These are the two instruments tonight that we'll be playing on and around you. Hopefully some of you can make it there. All right, and lastly here, I think we're going to close it out in just about a moment. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to close it out with the planetary sounds. But firstly, let me just say that thank you all so much for being a part of this today. And just go spread this awareness to other people. We have the sounds and the tools within ourselves in order to create healing and abundance and joy, in order to shift from anxiety to self-love. I was at a place of, I've been depressed. I hated myself for a long, long time. I got to say that just having the tool of sound and vibration in itself has really assisted me. Do you want to play that? Having the tool of sound and vibration in itself has really assisted me in transcending many of my fears and anxieties and creating love and passion within myself, love and compassion for myself. And it works, but what works more than anything is your own voice. Use your own voice. Hum to yourself, chant to yourself. Before we were communicating with words and language, what were we doing? We were humming. What did people do in ancient cultures and ancient civilizations when they were working? They were humming. We were creating these sounds and resonance. We were part of the universe. We are the vibration of the universe. The universe and us are one and the same. We are the frequencies. We are the universe expressing itself in physical form. Right? So just take that to heart and make sure whenever you feel out of alignment, that you remember you are the vibration of the universe, and you can become that vibration by using your own voice. So Soul is back here now, and she wants to play a little didgeridoo. So we're going to play some didge, and then we'll get into the planetary sounds and then call it a day. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, you're stuck on here.
There's the mic right here.
Yeah, do it with me. I was actually saying I love you in there a lot, so maybe you guys felt that or heard that.
I don't know about you guys, but I had a lot of fun today. I love impromptu, random events like this. Thanks to Chris for asking me when I said that we're doing the interview with Jonathan Goldman, if he wanted, he's like, why don't we do a World Sound Healing event day? I'm like, duh, of course, like sound is everything for us. And this is like the number one thing in our hearts. So I'm so happy that he even mentioned it and that we just created this event together and had the opportunity to share this with everyone else. So if you guys want to learn more about us, portaltoascension.org, all of our information is there. We create live events, 100 plus events a year. Please do sign up to our website. And if you're already a member, use the resource. We're a one-stop shop for consciousness. Every topic I've been able to think about, we have at least 10 full-on 3-hour plus presentations on sound frequency. We have a whole